Hey guys, Robert Blackman, president of Felice Cafe. It's a beautiful day today. Hey guys, can't wait for you to start tasting our coffee. We're getting very close. I'm gonna have a little taste myself here real quick before I do some training today. As you notice, my counterpart and my beautiful partner Sheri's not here today, which means that I can talk as long as I want to. And that's my specialty, is teaching and training. Today I'm gonna do some training and give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of why we started Felice Cafe, and give you some talking points when you're talking to especially either experienced network marketers or people who may be skeptical about network marketing and about who we are in our company. So that's number one. Number two, at the very end, I'm going to give you a quick 1 or 2 minute update where we are as far as our launch goes. Personal story, this last, when was it, August of 2018, excuse me. I had a couple of back surgeries. I had some numbing in my legs. We didn't know what it was. They went in and said it was a mass on my back. Went on the back, couldn't find it. Said it was actually in the spinal cord. So the idea was, if I don't do anything in 12 months, I'd be paralyzed. And if I do something, I could be paralyzed and, right after surgery. And I said, or they could find out what it is and fix it. And I said, let's go for it. We went for it. I came out with a little bit of nerve damage in my legs. They thought they knew what it was. They gave me radiation. 30 days later, I get really sick. My brain swells, which Sheri laughs. She always said I had a big head. So it was just now confirmed through CAT scans and MRIs and PET scans. So we laughed about that, but we didn't laugh about the fact that right after radiation, they came back and said the reason he's sick, he's got stage 4 non-Hodgkin's B-cell lymphoma, which for stage 4, which all it meant to me is I had cancer. They also felt I had cancer in my spine. So I had 2 different types of cancers. The radiation was affecting the spot in my spine, but also they gave me injections in my spine, chemotherapy, and I took 6 different treatments of chemotherapy. Long story short, almost died 3 times earlier this year, January and February. You don't die from cancer, you don't die from the chemo, you die because your white blood cell count's so low you could get pneumonia, and that's what I got. So luckily my bone marrow created white blood cells, and here I sit today. So in the hospital, if you've ever had a near-life experience, which I've never had before, you sit there and you go backwards. You play a movie in your head as far as what your life had been like, and I was very happy. Very pleased with, I'd gone for it. I'd been in my own business for 30 some odd years, printing business, direct mail business, network marketing, and own a network marketing company called Profit Leads with Sheri. But I also knew that Profit Leads was mainly my personality, not Sheri's, although she supported it and she's the CEO of it. She runs it. Without her, I couldn't run it. So I'm the sales guy. And I also knew the network marketing company that we were in, it just had a problem with it. And I'm going to discuss what the problem that I believe is. And this is not an indictment of network marketing. This is nothing negative about network marketing. Yet guys have to realize, from the printing business, I'm an analyst. I'm a numbers guy. And so when I first got into network marketing, I was always blown away by people on stage that seemed to be 25 or 30 or even 70. And they had no specific talent, that they made it to the top of a pay plan. And so I was always amazed that they never gave you how they did it. They never told you, very, very rarely would they tell you the numbers. So to me, when I was laying in bed and I asked God to either take me, or if you let me live, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what we were doing with Felice Cafe. We're going to start our own network marketing company, because we couldn't find a solution. I couldn't find a solution over the last 20 years of a company that we wanted that would be distributor friendly. So let me show you what I believe has been, and I'll speak personally, has been my challenge in building a network marketing business, although we're full-time in it. We've had a primary business and we have Profit Leads. So we're basically been building 2 businesses at once. Profit Leads was a support business, and we had our primary business. And so here's the challenge we had in our primary business, is that if you look up, and let's just say that this is company A, okay? Let me draw a little bit better than that, hang on. Let's call this company, whatever your primary business is, company A. And here's what that company is going to have. It doesn't matter what the pay plan is, it doesn't matter what the product is, doesn't matter what the service is. It doesn't matter who the company owners are. It doesn't matter who the leadership is or isn't. here is what I have seen in my organizations, is that I have in my group what I call the 95 percenters, and I have what I call the 5 percenters. Now, what is that, Robert? 95% are part-time people who really either never break even or they never make any money, but they're in it. They believe in network marketing, they believe in themselves, they believe in the product and service, they believe the story, and they believe that they can become a 5 percenter. Now, what's a 5 percenter? A 5 percenter is someone who can make money in any program. Doesn't matter if it's a binary, a stair-step breakaway, a hybrid, a matrix, a compressed plan. It doesn't matter if they're selling a service or they're selling a juice or they're selling a lotion. It doesn't matter. The 5 percenters are always going to go to the top of the pay plan. And that's been me. I'm a 5 percenter. Sheri's a 5 percenter. And we just get together and roll up our sleeves and say, what is it? And let's create a system, and we're going to go out and get after it. But see, the 95 percenters, they're part-time. Then the 5 percenters, let me define them a little bit. They're not necessarily six-figure income earners. That's going to be out of this right here, out of the 5 percenters, 4%, and there's a 1% out of those two. So the 1 percenters are the ones that make 6 figures or more. And the 4 percenters are the ones who maybe they're making 300 to 1,000, maybe upwards to 4,000 or 5,000 in 1 month, but then it drops back. They do a really big push and they're exhausted because they did everything. Everything went through them. They did all the meetings. They did all the conference calls. They met everybody at coffee shops. They traveled to all the conventions. They went to Dallas. They went to Chicago. Wherever their leadership was, wherever those little fires started, they went in to put gasoline on those fires. And so that's just what they do. And you're probably hearing Daisy in the background, my Labrador. She's very upset that she's not out here running around with me. So bear with me with her. So out of the 5 percenters, you have 4% who maybe will get to 1,000 or 2,000 once or twice and they fall off, but they're still in the 5% group. And then the 1 percenters, the one that make 100,000 or above. But here sets the 95 percenters. Now here's the cycle that has happened for me. Every 2 to 5 years, I've changed plans. I've changed companies. Some of them I may have stayed in for 7 or 10 years, but I stopped building them in 2 to 5 years. Stopped putting people in, stopped promoting the system, and I just rode the check down. So as the check slowly went down, my activity went down, I kept cashing the check because it was residual, but I moved on to something else, okay? Why did I move on? And here's the problem that I have seen, and this is the reason that we started Felice Cafe, and this is the philosophy that we have that we know is going to work because it's worked before with us, is we found ourselves, our check going down. Why? Because the 95 percenters will last 90 days to 180 days, and I'll write that out for you. The 95 percenters last 90 to 180 days. As far as their activity and their purchasing of products, they're getting customers in, they quit. Why do they quit? Well, here's what they do. They get into network marketing to do what? They get into network marketing to make money. They buy a $500 kit. Challenge with those $500 kits, folks, is they've got about a 90-day supply of products in it. So unless you have a huge family or you are a super consumer of those 90 days worth of products, or you give them away or you retail them, 30 days after you buy the $500 kit, what happens? You've got another automatic order that comes out. And it's an average of about $150 once you get sales tax and shipping on it. So now you spent $500 plus $150. You spent, and sometimes it's $1,000. So, but I'm going to be conservative and say $500. So you're at $650 in the hole in 30 days. But you're excited. You want to build the program. You contact all your family and friends and they all say no. You put everything you can on Facebook and Instagram, nobody replies. You put a picture of your cat, jumping at a mouse and you get 42 likes and 16 comments. You put something about your business and it's like everybody ignores you. So you look up and then you get on the phone with your sponsor and you go, look, I'm 90 days out and here's what happens. Okay, let's just do a little bit of the math together because this is crucial because this is reality. This is network marketing reality. I've spent 500 plus 150, month 1, month 2 auto ship, month 3, 150, 150. So what do we got? We got 500, this is 300, so that's 800, we got $950. Plus, you bought other things, so it's $1,000. So the 95 percenters, after 90 days, have $1,000 stuck in the program, and what's their commission check? On average, in my team, 0. But my check is okay. Why? Because I'm putting in 20 people a month, and I'm finding some people that will do it. It's just a numbers game at that point. So eventually, what happens to the 95 percenters that have spent $950 or more and make no money? What do? They cancel their auto ship. And here's the conversations. Hey, Jim, this is Robert. I noticed you guys got off auto ship, and I've been, we've introduced the calls. I've talked 2 or 3 times. What's going on? Here's what Jim says. Robert, I'm glad you called. My wife and I were going to call you first. Robert, first of all, we love you and Sheri. We love the company. We love the products. And we love network marketing. But we're $1,000 in the hole, and we've contacted everybody that we know, and nobody's gotten in. And you know what? We don't have any money left to even run ads or buy leads. So what we've decided to do, because we bought 500 and we got 3 months supply, we've got enough products for the next 3 to 6 months for our own personal consumption. And we're going to pause. This is what most of them say. We're going to pause our automatic shipment, and we're going to consume these products. And if we run into anybody, we'll throw them your way, or maybe we'll get them in as a customer and reactivate our automatic shipment, and we'll start making some money. But in the meantime, we're just going to take a break. And what happens to them? You never hear from them again. The only time I do hear from them is when they contact me after, in 90 days or 180 days, what have they done? They've joined another program, and they contact me. Hey, Robert, my wife and I are so excited. All the problems we had in our last company with you have been erased. They're gone. Our sponsor has told us in the system they solved all the problems. And it's a $2,500 buy-in, and it's a 2-up, or it's a 1-up, or it's some kind of miracle juice from South America, or it's something from the Arctics they found in some kind of fish or something. Whatever it is, Robert, we'd like for you to come, and I want you to meet the owner. We want to fly you in, you and Sheri, free of charge, to the corporate offices, and we're going to have this huge meeting, blah, 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 blah. That's when I hear from them. So what happens, folks, is this cycle repeats itself over and over and over again for me. I've been in the business 39 years. This is the cycle. You may have been in that cycle. There may be other leaders that watch this video and call me up and say, Robert, you're so wrong. And if it's worked differently from them, then God bless them, and I'm glad that they've got a different way of doing it that I've never heard of. But guys, I've tried everything. I've sat in boardrooms with billionaires. I've sat in boardrooms with multimillionaires. We've helped people build their downlines. We've built downlines. We've consulted with probably 8 different network marketing presidents. We've got 3 books on Amazon. We've got probably 600 hours of training tapes. We added up the other day, we probably have had 200,000 people that have come through our organization and quit in 39 years. 200,000 people. Because they were the 95 percenters, and they'd spent $1,000, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but that's about the average, and they made nothing. And so here's what happens to you when you're on your deathbed. A part of you goes, maybe I've misled people. Did I mislead people all my life? And just because I'm a 5%er, was this the best way for me to spend my life if this is it for me? If I'm going to die of cancer, and I look back, there's a part of me that questioned it. And that's a positive question, because we all question ourselves as far as what we've done in our careers and with our children and our marriages and our relationships and our sporting events or whatever as coaches. Have we given our best? Did we do the best that we could do? So I questioned that. And out of the questioning came this reality, this marketing reality, the numbers. The analyst in me says, well, this is really what's happening. Because I ask myself the question, I go, why haven't I been able to build a downline knowing that when I die, it will either stay or continue to grow with or without Sheri's help? Right? Sheri and them are going to have some life insurance, but you know what? Life insurance isn't residual. It's a fixed amount, and they spend it to pay things off, and eventually it goes away. With 5 children, I wanted to have Sheri and the kids in a better position than I left them. And that's the truth. And so that's why we started Felice Cafe. So if something ever happened to me again, Sheri has a vehicle that will continue to pay her with or without her involvement. But she's decided to be the CEO and I'm the president, so I'm working for my wife, right? So it's awesome. So that's the reason we've set it up this way, because this concept came out of reality and analyzation of my 39 years in the business, and also it came out of love for my wife and my kids. So that's the foundation. That's where we came up with Felice Cafe. Then I'm going to show you the solution. Okay, Robert, you've shown us what you believe is the problem with at least your organization. And again, I'm not saying this happens everywhere in network marketing. This is not an indictment of network marketing. This is, I believe, the reality of sales. And if you look at car sales, you look at insurance sales, you look at real estate agents. I mean, real estate agents, just Google it. How much does it cost to be a real estate agent? What's the average sale of a real estate agent? What's the average income of a real estate agent? And you're going to find numbers that I believe that are worse than network marketing. It costs a heck of a lot more than $500 to become a real estate agent or an insurance agent, okay? But those are great professions. I mean, insurance is a $1 trillion industry, right? So, to me, when I stepped back, or I laid back as I was laying in bed and I couldn't walk, all I had was my mind to sit there in a notepad. And I had like 2 or 3 notepads full of just analyzing my life. What have I done? How did this program work? How many people? What was my biggest check? What was the success of that? Was it the product? Was it me? Was it the system? Was it the timing with the recession? Was it the timing because it was going up? Was it my 5% leaders? I just got lucky and found good people. So out of analyzing it, I was able to find a pattern that had occurred to me. I got on the phone and I called some people that had been multi-million-dollar earners and but are no longer in network marketing. I called some company owners that I knew and asked them about their company. I told them, I said, well, look, I'm on my deathbed. I got some questions. And they go, man, I'm sorry to hear about it. And I go, look, tell me about what's happening in your company. I'm not going to name names, but they said, Robert, you've nailed it. And that's our biggest problem as a company, is we can't seem to keep the 95%ers. Do you have any ideas for us? And I go, yeah, change your comp plan. They go, we can't do it, we're too far in. If we change the comp plan to what you're talking about, we'd go broke. And we'd run off the 5%ers, which are bringing in the 95%ers. Why do the 5%ers go every 2 to 5 years? And here's the clincher. This is the quintessential answer to why network marketing has, for me, a 2 to 5 year lifespan. Because the 95%ers quit, why the 5%ers are continually going out and looking for other 5%ers, and they're hard to find. As Big Al, Tom Schreider said, if you think you got 2 or 3 leaders, you've miscounted, right? I mean, he said, and I remember sitting in a meeting in Tulsa, Oklahoma with him back in when was that, 96 or 95, 96, and I remember I was taking copious notes when Tom was talking. I looked up and I go, could you say that again? And he said it, and I wrote it down, and I just go, that's right. I looked at my group. I thought I had 2 or 3 leaders, and guess what? I miscounted because I called those 2 or 3 leaders. None of them were doing anything, and one of them was starting to slowly raid the group to go somewhere else. So I was shocked. I go, I got to get after it. So 39 years of experience has brought me to this reality for my business, okay? So the reason I left every 2 to 5 years, because my check would be at $25,000, and then it'd go to $24,000, and then $22,000, and it'd stay there for 2 or 3 months, and we'd get a big promotion, a 90-day run, and we'd have a convention, and we'd maybe go from 22,000 back to 23, or we'd spike to 27 with fast starts or coding bonuses. We thought we'd have a new leader, and then in 90 days they'd be gone. They'd take their team with them. Then the check would go to 18,000. Then we'd get discouraged and say, well, what's wrong? So then we started looking at other things. And then our check would drop down to 15,000. But guess what happened to our overhead? Our overhead didn't drop. When our check dropped, we didn't drop our overhead. We didn't drop our house payment, our car payments, and our lifestyle. So we had a fixed lifestyle that was higher than our income. So we had a problem. That's what happens to the 5%ers. Okay? A lot of 5%ers don't even pay their taxes, okay? Because they get caught. They don't think it's ever going to end, right? So they don't put money away. They don't pay quarterlies in taxes. So being a 5%er, you are blinded because you don't think it's ever going to stop. You're in love with this company A. You're in love with the owners. You're in love with everybody that runs the company. It's incredible for you. And you feel that you found something that you could retire with and pass down to your kids. And that's the whole purpose of the driving, that walk away residual income. I think most of us that are in the business that go, we realize there's not a lot of guys and gals that are out there doing nothing and collecting a check. There's even less than 1% that are doing that. Like people that win, at the pick six at the track or the lottery. There's those people, and there's those people in network marketing. But the masses aren't making any money. They're spending more than they're making, so they're quitting. When the 95% quit, the 5% have to leave because they think something's wrong. They don't know what it is. They just know their check's going down. So they get a deal to go somewhere else. They get paid. I've been offered deals. I've taken deals in the past because we needed it. If your check drops to $10,000 and your overhead's at $15,000, you got to do something, right? So we did what we had to do to pay our bills. So these are the issues. This is network marketing reality 101, okay? For me. May not be for you, may not be for anybody else, but I'm sharing with you as the president of Felice Cafe, my reality of 39 years, so you will understand the philosophy behind our 3-level, unilevel compressed pay plan and focusing on the 95%ers. Because I said to myself that if I could create a program where the 95%ers wouldn't leave, the 5%ers wouldn't leave either, right? It's just common sense. Why do the 5%ers leave? Because the 95%ers do. So instead of trying to find more 5%ers that just repeat the cycle faster and faster and faster and hope and pray that they stay in, why don't we plug the hole in the boat? And why don't we take care of the 95%ers so they go, hey, we're going to stay. And why don't we create an environment for everybody that we have a distributor bill of rights that says we know you're going to have multiple streams of income. Sheri and I have had multiple streams of income. We've been terminated for having multiple streams of income, which I think is tremendously wrong. We're independent contractors. As long as I'm not raiding the downline of other people and I'm leaving my downline's check intact, I should be able to, as a American, as a capitalist, as a independent contractor, to professionally do whatever I wanted, whether it's affiliate or network marketing, brick and mortar, whatever. People in my family should be able to do that. My wife should be able to build one program and I should be able to build another one without anybody being terminated. I think that's ridiculous. So that's why we have a distributor bill of rights which says, look, we honor the fact that you're independent and we will never terminate anybody for being in another program. Why would we? The idea is you bring us sales and those sales continue and you meet the requirements, we're going to continue to pay you wherever you go. With HyperWallet, it follows you wherever you go. You want to go to the beaches of Fiji and retire on $10,000 a month, then do it. Okay? As long as you're qualified. And you can qualify with customers or qualify with your own purchases of samples or whatever. So where I'm going with this is I want you to know where we're coming from. And that Felice Cafe is more than just coffee. Felice Cafe is more than just a compressed pay plan. Felice Cafe is more than just make $660 with 20 customers, 4 who get 4 at $100 in customer volume. We're much more than that. Felice Cafe is a combined 62 years. Here in the year 2019, Sheri and I have 62 years of combined network marketing and owning a network marketing company experience. We're not flashy. We're not going to be giving anybody any deals. There's no deal money on the table. The deal is come in and work this great program and give away samples and make some money and take care of the 95%. That's the deal, okay? I've already had people say, hey, Robert, if you pay us $100,000, we'll do this. And I said, look, if you go do that, you'll get paid $100,000. So I've turned a lot of people away. A lot of people are saying we're not going to make it because we're not catering to the 5%ers. And here's what I have to say to that. The 5%ers will come after Felice Cafe proves that the 95%ers are going to stay. Okay? The 5%ers will come when they see the 95%ers will stay. So here's what we've done. Very, very simple. 5% level 1, 40% level 2, and down here is 10%. And this is the max of the pay plan. This is you. And this is if you're at $100 in customer volume. And the cool thing about that is it could be 4 people at 25 CV that you brought in as customers, and you don't have to purchase anything. It could be you don't drink coffee. We have an app where you can get 100 CV and samples that we mail out for you. You want to buy samples yourself and pass them out like candy at ball games and church, 1 sample per card. On the card it tells what it does. You flip over the back of the card, it gives them the ingredients and tell what the ingredients may do. You don't have to know a darn thing. The samples, the cafe cards are your salespeople, not you. Okay? You're the messenger. You're not the message. If you have to be the message, then here's what has to happen, which would never happen for me. First of all, you got to know how to pronounce all the ingredients, which I couldn't do. I'd fail that test. I'd get an F. Okay, Sheri'd get an A+. She can do it because that's just who she is. That's why she's the CEO, and that's why I'm working for her. So number one, you'd have to be an expert on the product, which means you'd have to know how to pronounce the ingredients, and you'd have to research out the wazoo what they all do. And you'd have to stand up on a whiteboard in a meeting or on a conference call or in a coffee shop and be some kind of product expert like you'd see on TV on Good Morning America. Most people are never going to do that. You'd have to be an expert at our compensation plan. You'd have to be able to tell people this and that, and maybe you don't. So we've created this system that says this. You carry around the hat, you're going to carry around a coffee cup or a travel mug that says Felice Cafe. You're going to have a t-shirt that says Felice Cafe. You're going to be at work and you're going to have these beautiful looking 4-color cards with a sample hot glued on it, and you're going to lay them out, and someone's going to come by, and what are they going to say? What's Felice Cafe? Instead of you having to get all, well, let me go into a sales pitch, you go, oh, it's a company I'm involved with. Here, you want to try a sample? And they're going to go, what does it do? And on the front of the card it says more energy, blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, what's in it? Flip it over. See there on the back, that's all the ingredients, and underneath that is a description of the ingredients. And if you want to know more, just go Google them or Wikipedia them, whatever. And what I would suggest you do is open it up, put it in some hot water. If you use cream and sugar, use your normal cream and sugar. If you're a black coffee drinker, just drink it black. If you're like me, which I'm talking personally, I just cut it open and pour it in my regular coffee. That's what I got today. I've got some regular coffee, and we're going to have regular coffee at Felice Cafe as well as we get going. But I just pour it into my regular coffee. We're not asking people to change their buying habits. We're asking them to add on 1 cup a day to change their life. So when you're handing out that card, what are they going to do? They're going to walk away. Now here's what's going to happen. They're going to read the card, and they're going to flip it over, they're going to read it, they're going to take it, they're going to try it. While they're trying it, or before they try it, they're going to Google every ingredient. They're going to come back, and somebody's going to say, this one ingredient in a lab rat in Australia killed lab rats. I don't think I want to take it. And you go, okay, fine. Anybody else who drinks coffee might want to try it. No, not if it kills rats in Australia. So, okay, great. You have a nice day. You put the sample back, and you go on down the road. Because there's going to be somebody like that, okay? The idea is that the more salespeople you have, what's going to happen? The more sales you make. So that's why we've made the cafe cards, which has product on it, commissionable. Whether you hand them out in person or whether you use our app, they're going to have customer value attached to them, CV attached to them. So even if you don't drink coffee and you have customers or you have samples, you're qualified to earn commissions in our compensation plan. Just go look at our comp plan. If you need it with this video, wherever it is, my phone number will be there. Just reply back, say comp plan. If you go to our website or our Facebook page, Felice Cafe HQ, you can see we got documents there. FeliceCafe.com is our corporate website, and you can take a look there as well too. So, laying in bed, thinking I'm going to die, maybe I'm going to live. What can I do from the hospital bed? I go, well, I can start my own network marketing company. So here's what happened. I told you this is going to go long. Sheri would have cut me off a long time ago because she said you're monologuing and rambling. But we need to tell this story. And we're going to tell the story on stage. We're going to tell it in meetings. We're going to tell it on conference calls. Not this long, but I want it to be a little bit long-winded today so you understand that we're not just in this to make money. Yes, this is in so my wife and my 5 kids will have security off of my 39 years of education, to hell and back that I've gone. Being a 5%er and not having a solution for the 95%ers and not knowing why. I never ever realized this problem until I was in the hospital on my deathbed. It never occurred to me the reason why I moved. It was just part of the business, okay? So when you're looking at this comp plan, I want you to realize that it's designed for the 95%er. Richard Poe wrote about in his book, and go look up Richard Poe. You can Google him and get his book, Wave 3, Network Marketing, Wave 4, Network Marketing. He mentions in the appendix in the very end of one of his books, talks about the majority of distributors, because he went out and researched all these network marketing companies. The majority of distributors never build an organization below their 3rd level. This isn't Robert Blackman saying, it's Richard Poe, a guy that went in and wrote a book about network marketing, one of the most successful network marketing books before Eric Worre's came out. Eric Worre's the #1 now, and I believe Richard Poe's is number 2 or 3. Maybe Jordan Adler's up there as well too with Beach Money. So when I read that years ago, that's why we designed Profit Leads with a compressed pay plan. That's the reason we joined a couple of companies that had a compressed pay plan. And compressed means most unit levels are going to pay out 7, 8, 9, 10 levels. We just compress that. Let's say it's 50%. Ours is 55%. So let's say that we take this 55%. That's on the first 3 levels. Most companies pay that out over 8 and 10. But if you compress that 55% up, it's on the first 3 levels. Why? Because the majority of people don't do what? They never build below this level. Why is the money below that level? It's for the 5%ers. Because the 5%ers know it always builds deeper than wider. That's why binaries work so well. That's why leaders love binaries, because they just got to find a couple of 5%ers, throw one on each leg, and if they get a matching bonus, which helped save the binary years ago, because the big beef for the leaders was I got 150,000 on one leg and 5,000 in the other. And so I'm not getting paid on the 150. So let's create a matching bonus so those I personally sponsored in the big leg of 150, I at least get something off of it. Leaders love that because they understand it grows deep, deep, deep. In our pay plan, it'll do that as well too, but we're going to teach going wide. We're going to teach going 12 wide to find 4 people who can find 4. 4 who get 4 is our mantra. That's a 20 club, group of 20. The 20 club's the old saying that we had back in the 90s in a program, 2 programs I was in. If you don't like that, call it a group of 20 or come up with your own name. It doesn't matter. It's 4 who get 4. That's 20 people. 4 plus 16 is 20. When you do that and they're all at 100 CV, you're at $660 a month because of this 40%. As Rod Cook would call that, the bulge. Bob, you know, I say, Bob, you got to have a bulge. You know, his was 10 or 15 or 20%. Ours is 40. So we know that your second level is always going to be bigger than your first as a part-timer because you're going to put in 5, and then if those put in 5, you got 25 on level 2. That's just math. So this is the analyst in me understanding this. So if I've got a bunch of part-timers and they're making $100, $300, $660, what's going to happen to my part-time people? What are they going to do? Are they going to leave and quit, or are they going to stay? Hey, you don't even have to drink coffee and you can build this program. I mean, isn't that cool? You don't even have to drink coffee and you can build this program. But guess what? 400 million cups of coffee. 400 million cups of coffee worldwide are drank on a daily basis. We're using coffee as a delivery system. That's the reason why I picked coffee. When I told Sheri in the hospital when she came in on a Friday night to stay for the weekend, she said, "What's up? What's that look on your face?" I said, "We're going to start our own network marketing company." She goes, "We already got one in Profit Leads." I said, "No, one with the products." She goes, "Great." She put her purse down, her luggage down, and she gets out her planner and she sat down right next to me and she goes, "Okay, what's it going to be?" I go, "It's going to be coffee." She goes, "Why coffee?" I go, "Well, it's the number 2 consumed beverage in the world behind water. And water's too heavy to ship, so we're going to ship a microbrew coffee where you add water when you get home." She goes, "That's smart." And I go, coffee is going to be a delivery system for our health and nutritional products that we can put in it. And we'll eventually piggyback traditional coffee because she and I love it. And as she goes, well, it sounds like I need to go down and get some coffee because we're going to be up a while. They had a Starbucks downstairs, and guess what? She spent about $12 on coffee. The average American spends about $91 in the United States for coffee. So a 25, 50, or 100 CV purchase is not that big of a deal. If you're a single person and you don't think you can consume $100 in CV, well, guess what? Purchase 50 CV for yourself and do the other 50 CV with samples. Your salespeople. The more cafe cards you have out there, the more money you're going to make without you having to sell anybody, without you having to be able to pronounce the ingredients, without you not having to know what the ingredients do. Take the product. If you like it, recommend it. We'll pay you to do that, okay? So, winding this up, and I'm going to give you kind of an update where we are as well too. This is the concept of the whole compensation plan. You'll notice at 25 CV you get paid 5 and 10%, so you get 2 levels just at 25 CV. At 50 CV you're going to pick up the 3 levels. It'll be a little bit less than this, but at 100 CV you'll pick this up. And again, the 100 CV can be 3 ways. It can be what you purchase, it could be all samples, it could be samples and your own coffee. It could be all customers. You don't want to purchase anything that month, then go out and get some customers. You got 4 customers at 25 CV, guess what? You're qualified at 100. You don't have to have any kind of automatic shipment yourself. Or it can be a combination thereof. Maybe you just want to consume $50 a month. Maybe you don't really want to sell it that much, but you've got 2 other customers that are at 25 CV each, so 50 plus 50 is 100. You're qualified for 100. So we've made this so simple and so easy. There's no starter kit fee. There's no $500 kit to join to be a distributor. There's no $1,000 kit. The people that are programming us, they're still trying to wrap their mind around because they're used to having on a website, become a customer, become a distributor. And I go, everyone's a customer first, guys. And well, how do you become a distributor? When you distribute something. And they'd sit there silent going, okay, well, but how do you become a distributor? And I go, I just told you. They go, well, we've never heard of that. We don't have any customer or any of our network marketing companies that are doing that. And I go, it's groundbreaking. It's so simple, it's groundbreaking. It's so simple, it's groundbreaking. We're going to change the face of network marketing, Sheri and I are. We're going to change and stop the cycle that we've been in. And that cycle has been, we've been 5%ers changing programs every 2 to 5 years and have a trail of 200,000 people of 95%ers that we've left behind. I'm not going to do that again. The next time on my mind, I'm on my deathbed or my life is happening quickly and I know that I'm going to die, I'm going to be able to say, we built a program for the part-time person. And guys, it's just math. It's nothing tricky. There's nothing special about what we've discovered. Everybody knows the majority of people are part-time. So, but they're in a full-time income model. So it's a mismatch. The stack is against you. It is. It was against us when we were part-time. We'd both work jobs, come home at 5 or 6 o'clock, try to cook dinner, get the kids' homework done, or someone had practice. We look back up and it was 9:30 at night, time to get everybody ready to go to bed. And I go, we haven't done anything for our business today. And she goes, we just don't have time. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe see if you get your money back on those 2 boxes sitting in the garage I keep kicking around when I go get in the car to leave to go to work tomorrow. That was our part-time reality. And we did. We quit several programs, and I sent several boxes of product back, that they would, took back, and our sponsor got a clawback on those. That's the business, folks, because there wasn't a way for Sheri and I, as part-time people, to take our product to work with us, and for someone to go, hey, what's on that coffee cup? What's Felice Cafe? I see those samples of it. What is that? Oh, here, try it. Well, what does it do? Well, it tells you on the front. Well, what's in it? It's on the back. Try it. If you like it, there on the box is my information. You can order online or come to me and you get some more. Folks, you've been doing network marketing all your life. You just haven't been paid for it. And this is all you're doing here. We've built a program around the 95%ers because the 95%ers are the one that drive the 5%ers away or keep them to stay. That's the program. That's the business, guys. So I wanted you to know the philosophy behind what we're doing. And you can't do this pay plan midstream in a network marketing company because you'll run off the leaders and it'll financially break the companies. Most companies are top heavy. I have a manufacturing background in printing. I know how to do that, manage inventory. We're not going to have 50,000, SKUs where we, have to throw inventory away. We're not going to mismanage our inventory. We're starting with one product. And we know from an overhead point of view that we're going to be light on corporate. It's Sheri and I, okay? We're not going to have a $50,000 a month salary. We're going to make, when the company makes profit, we're going to take a percentage of the profit. We're going to have eventually a percentage of the company to go to the National Cancer Society as a donation from us, from a percentage of the company. So a percentage of your purchases are going to go to help other people like myself that have had to take chemo and other treatments in order to survive cancer. Okay, so that's a feel good for us. It's not just about us, it's about you, and it's about other people who've gone through what I've gone through. Okay, training. What is that? 40 minutes. My gosh, Sheri she'd have wrung my neck. She probably will when she watches this. She's gonna be shaking her head, but she understands. She understands that there are probably 2 or 3 people out there like me that want to hear this. So anyway, I love you, honey. So anyway, here's where we are. There's 4 items right now that we're trying to get to come together. And if you've ever started a company, you'll understand. And Sheri made the analogy last week about foundation of a house and how all the contractors and the money pit analogy is going to be. When's it going to be ready? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So here's the 4 elements we got right now. Number 1, we have the product. Number 2, we have the software. Number 3, merchant account. As you can see, you don't have to write good to be good in network marketing. Thank goodness for that. Number 4, we have the sample. And I'm going to change that. I don't like the word sample. I don't know why I keep saying that. We have the cafe cards. App. All 4 of these are coming together for a launch date. Okay? Product's done. Got product. Software we're working on. Software has to be able to communicate with the merchant account through test orders in order to make sure that we're processing orders correctly, paying commissions correctly. And since we've got a monkey wrench, which is everyone's a customer first, and you automatically become a distributor as soon as you distribute something, or a cafe connector, then it's like Greek to the network marketing software community. What? Say that again. Well, you're a customer, everyone's a customer, and you only become a cafe connector when you connect with someone and they become in and become a customer. So they go, customers can get other customers and then get paid. I said, well, yeah, they automatically upgrade to a connector. Wow, well, we don't know how to do that. So they come back a week later. Well, we're working on it. We don't know how to do that. So that's the software issue. Merchant account, we're testing with that. The other thing is we're going to launch with an app, and we're going to hopefully have some training in the next week or two, either by myself or the app company, that's going to show you how this is going to work. And I'm going to tell you what, I've never been more excited about direct mail. And direct mail is a winner. And one of the reasons why I want everybody on this team to at least have 10 credits, which right now is going to look at $49.95, which will have some CV on it, about 25 CV. So it'll be commissionable. So the idea is, Robert, I don't, people will be saying, and I've heard it already, Robert, I don't want my team buying samples because I don't make any money on that. And I go, samples are commissionable. And they go, what? Oh yeah, if you got an entire team, all they are is on cafe cards, you're making money. And they go, that's incredible. Because, usually samples are not commissionable, or they try not to pay anything on them. So with my direct mail background, I'm very excited to introduce this app where you can go in, put somebody's name in, hit a button, and it sends an app. The app sends out the sample, the cafe card with the sample on it, with the letter and also an order form. It'll send you a text, send you an email. It sends them a text and an email, and they're into a follow-up system. And then we also give you the scripts of what to text, email, and say. And I'm going to be calling leads, giving away samples. And I'm going to be showing the system, and then I'm going to be calling people after they've got the sample and showing you what to say. And then I'm going to be signing people up on the phone so you know how it works. So as the president of the company, I'm going to do a show me, Robert, don't snow me. Okay, so we're not going to be saying that it's some kind of magic, that it's magical to build a downline. And if you just stay in long enough, it'll magically work for you. Just stay in on auto ship for 100 years and you'll be retired. No, we're going to show you how this business works, because we know how to work it, because we've been distributors all of our lives. And we've been company owners at Profit Leads for 18 years. So we have this unique, we're marrying our field work and our corporate work together to take off together. And what a team we are. And I'm going to pat ourselves on the back. Between Sheri's 25 years of experience and my 39 plus years of experience, whatever that adds up to, 62, or she's got 27, I don't know what she's got. She's got a lot. And I'll have to tell you, Sheri's smarter than I am. But most women are smarter than guys because they have to run households. They have to raise the kids. They do the budgets. They understand that the word mom is said in the house more than dad is. Women are looked to at work to fix things. Oh, just give it to Alice over there. She's good at that. Give it to Sheri. Sheri will fix it. So women run the country. 70% of all network marketers, according to the DSA, are female. So we have a company that has a female CEO. Isn't that cool? And you got a guy like me who will talk your ear off, but I'll answer any question. You can three-way me to death. I'll tell you one thing right here. You can't outwork me. And you can call me and you can text me and set up three-way calls, and I will do that all day long, because that's what I love to do and that's what I'm good at. So whatever type of recruiting help that you need, you got it from me. If you need me to do a video on certain thing, I'll do it. If you go to our Felice Cafe HQ YouTube website, we've got all of the videos on there for the compensation plan, the fast start, the compressed unilevel. We've got the generational bonus on there and the leadership bonus. So those 4 videos right there explain the comp plan. If someone says, well, how do you get paid? Send them to those videos. We're going to have those videos on the website, on your replicated website too, so they can just do it once we get launched. So anyway, I don't have a start date for you, but I'm telling you, this is where we're at, folks. You can go to felicecafe.com right now and you can see the corporate site. You can't order there. If you try to become a connector there, you click a button and it goes to felice.cafe, where you just pre-enroll for free. And I know a lot of you have been in since probably end of May or June, and you have pre-enrollee fatigue. And if I were you, I would too. I've had a lot of people that have just stopped putting anybody in for free because they want to wait and see. I get that, I understand that, I'm very sympathetic towards that. But I want to let you know where we are, and I want to let you know why you shouldn't stop. Because what's happening right now is we are getting some leaders that are coming into the business, and here's what those leaders are doing. They're promoting this on social media like crazy. Facebook, Instagram, email marketing lists. They're holding their own webinars, Zoom calls, conference calls, and they're getting pre-enrollees out the wazoo. And what's going to happen is somebody on your Facebook list is going to be on their list, and they're going to pre-enroll with them. And if you wait, I promise you this, go ahead and wait. If you wait until we launch and then you start promoting this, somebody that you know is going to come up, and either, here's one or two things going to happen. Either they're going to tell you, I'm already in, why don't you join with me? If you haven't upgraded yet, join with me. Or they're going to say, before you get a chance, they're going to send you an inbox. You're going to see as you're scrolling down on their Facebook wall, Instagram or Twitter feed, and you're going to go, they're already in. I was going to contact them. Dang it, I waited too long. That's the beauty of the pre-enrollee system. There's only one time that you can go out and get people for free. The bar is so low, they don't have to jump over it. They just walk over it. They don't even know they're walking over the bar because it's free. Get them in. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Instagram. Put it on Twitter. Put it on all the other WhatsApp, all the other social media sites. And I want you to do this. I want you to go click and go search on Google the top social media sites. And you'll come up, there's some like 25 or 40. And I want you to go look at them, and I want you to start getting involved in those social media sites. Because one of the things that the app will do is it'll have things for those top 3, which will be Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It'll allow you to push over to them corporate approved content. with just a click of a button that has your website on it. So guys, this is the update. We're at about 50 minutes. Again, I could talk for hours because I'm so excited about this. I've never been more excited about anything in my 39-year career. And I wanted to tell you the story today. It's a long story, but it's true. And it's the most meaningful story I've ever told in network marketing, is why Sheri and I have started Felice Cafe. And this is where we're meant to be. This is why we've gone through all the things we've gone through in our career together. All the ups and downs, companies closing, leaders leaving and raiding our group, merchant accounts being shut down, people embezzling money from us. We've had it all happen, folks. My cancer. In the midst of it all, Sheri has kept together our household. Our 5 kids are smart, they're beautiful, they're involved in sports, and they're supportive, and they understand what it's like to be afraid to lose their dad, and to also be confident and pray, and it got us all closer together. And so there's never a better time for Sheri and I to start our own network marketing company than now. And I'll tell you this, there's not a better time for you to either start with us or to start again with us than now. So Sheri and I invite you to come join us at Felice Cafe. Come help us be a solution to the 95%ers that are always left behind, that are always struggling to go uphill, not because network marketing doesn't work. It always works for the 5%ers. And it's tough for the 95%ers because of how it's been structured. And we understand why it's structured the way that it is. We've made a lot of money with that structure, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I know it works for the 5%ers. So come on, come join us. Go pre-enroll. Get back to the person who invited you. Go work with them. Go to FeliceCafe.com and check it out. And look at our new website. I think it looks fabulous, and I think we're going to be able to appeal to anyone who's 20 all the way up to age 80. And remember, 400 million cups of coffee a day. People are doing this every day. And might as well be drinking a cup from you. And from this day forward, every time you see somebody walk by you at work, at a ball game, or sitting at a stoplight, and you see them drinking a cup of coffee, here's what I want you to say. I could have made money off that cup. And that's what's going to put you in this business right there, is that you're going to start paying attention over the next few days, few weeks, of how many people around you drink coffee. Why shouldn't they be drinking a cup every day from me? And I know they can. So come on, come join the revolution. We're going to build a big company, and we're going to go out and help the 95%ers. So come on, we'll talk to you guys.